Do I have anything in my teeth? I always forget to check that before turning on the camera. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one of my Christmas cookie episodes, but it's also a big collab. It is called the Holly Jolly Christmas Collab, and everybody doing this collab is doing some kind of fun Christmassy video. A recipe maybe, a haul, a treat, sharing what they got somebody for Christmas, just fun Christmassy videos. So everybody participating in this collab is, one second, we've got Jess from Weight Watchers Journey to Healthy, Brianna from Diva and the Divine, Erin from, I think she's now doing keto, you know, my girl Erin. We've actually done videos together. She used to live in New Jersey and she's moved to Alabama. We used to hang out a few times, I think like 2 or 3. We have Christine from, her name is Christine Ollie. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Olay, I think it's Ollie, Christine Ollie. I just actually subscribed to her channel and I'm loving it. We've got Julissa from Julissa Does Stuff. We've got Mel, Weight Loss Journey. We've got Amy from Weight Watchers Coffee Mama. So definitely go check out everybody's channels down below. I won't have their videos down below. I usually always link like a channel because then you get like a better idea of a person's channel. But everybody is doing some kind of fun holiday video for you guys. But today I made one of the cookies that I make every single Christmas that people just love, love, love. My sister will be upset if I don't bring her some tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to do that. I have made my Rolo stuffed chocolate cookies. These are delightful. You can make like a big batch of the dough and keep it in the fridge if you want, because I didn't do it in this video. You'll see it says, I don't actually know if it says to put the dough in the refrigerator for a while. I kind of modified this recipe. I don't do, the original recipe says do a white drizzle. The original recipe doesn't mention anything about salt. I feel like you always have to add a little bit of salt to your sweets to balance out everything. And this recipe, I roll the cookie in sugar at the end, and then when you open it, oh, totally opened that one wrong, fail. But ooey gooey caramel goodness, focus. Look at that, delightful. These cookies are so good. You could also, if you want, you know, they have the, excuse me, like at Christmas time they have the red and green sugars. I bet it would be really cute to roll these in like red or green, or those little tiny white sprinkles that when you pour them they scatter everywhere. I forget what they're called, but you could also roll it in that. I'm sorry, they're so good. To get those away from me. You need to make them festive, whatever you want. Like I said, the original recipe drizzles white chocolate on top. If you want to do that, you could drizzle the white chocolate and put a little bit of sprinkles on the top at the end. Whatever makes you happy. But once you make these, you're going to be asked to make them 100,000 times. I will leave the original recipe linked down below. And let's get into this video.
Alright guys, here is everything you need for this recipe. You will need all-purpose flour, unsweetened baking cocoa, make sure it's unsweetened, vanilla extract, you guys know I say Trader Joe's is the best, it is, baking soda, some granulated sugar, some salt, brown sugar, 2 eggs, unsalted butter, 1 cup or 2 sticks. These look smaller because they were like quarters from Trader Joe's, but make sure they're room temperature. And then some unwrapped Rolos. So much easier if you unwrap them ahead of time. So you see here I'm preheating the oven to 350. You really want to preheat it to 375. I made a mistake. So the first thing we're going to do is add the all-purpose flour. You will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You will need 3/4 cup of baking cocoa. I did this with the flour too, I just didn't show you guys because the camera was out of frame, but you kind of want to level it off with the knife or some kind of flat edge, because when you're baking it is a science. You want to make sure that everything is perfectly measured. This is why I feel like a lot of people don't like to bake, because you have to actually measure everything. After you add the baking cocoa, let's add some baking soda. You just need 1 teaspoon of this. Again, I'm leveling it off. You see in the back there with the box, just leveling it off nicely. I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So this doesn't have to be precise. All right, now we have to mix everything really, really well, especially using the baking cocoa. You want to make sure that it is evenly distributed, like mixed together so nicely with the flour. You want to do it now so that when you add it to your creamed sugars, it is just evenly throughout the batter, because if you don't, you'll have like one bite with a ton of chocolate, some without. You just want to make sure that you get everything well incorporated. So I took out my KitchenAid mixer. So much easier to make these cookies with this because it's a thick dough. If you guys are interested in one, I will have a link down below. So I'm just going to add my butter. By the way, the KitchenAid is an excellent investment. I've had this one for 11 years and it's still amazing. Make sure your butter is room temperature. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And now we're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. And you're just going to cream these 3 bad boys together until they are light and fluffy. Now is the time to mix a lot, because the longer you cream together the sugars and the butter, the light and fluffier the cookies will be. That's just in my opinion, of course, but it is the time you want to overmix. You don't want to overmix once you add the flours. So now you're just going to scrape off the paddle and the edges. I already scraped down the edges. I was just scraping down the paddle. And now I'm going to add the 2 eggs. They say to have your eggs room temperature. I never remember to do that, and I don't ever notice a difference in my baking. So that's one tip I don't follow. You need 2 teaspoons of the vanilla extract. It's so funny, the kids that I watch after school think that a little bit of vanilla extract is like our amazing secret ingredient and makes the cookies even better than ever. They're so cute. And we always add the love, of course. So now you just want to cream all of these things together until it is light and fluffy. I say that quite a bit in this video, but you just want it to be mixed well. And now I'm going to add the flour mixture, and I probably should have done a little bit at a time because I kind of got hit with the flour once I turned it on. See it going everywhere? Worse things could happen if you ask me. But now you just want to mix everything until it is combined. See, this dough is thick, so you want to make sure that you have the mixer locked. And it's just easier to do this kind of dough in a stand mixer. If you ask me, you could use a regular hand mixer, of course. And now I'm just going to use my handy dandy cookie scoop. I will have this also linked down below. I'm obsessed. And now you're just going to kind of take your Rolo and just wrap the dough around it. And you want to take off like any extra dough, just because it'll be too doughy, and you kind of want an equal cookie to caramel ratio, if you ask me. So I kind of just wrap it around and take off any extra. And then I just roll it around in the sugar. You don't have to do this step. You could do this with the decorated sugars, like I said in the beginning. Whatever makes you happy. It just adds a little something extra. You kind of want to place them apart in case they overexpand and the caramel gets everywhere, but you could fit about 15 on a pan. And so I just baked them for 9 minutes and they came out perfectly. You want to let them cool on the pan before you transfer them to the wire rack because they will fall through. And then once they've cooled a bit, just transfer them to your wire rack. Nobody wants the caramel falling out of their cookie. That's just sad. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Do not forget to check out my description box for everybody else's channel that is participating in this collab. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you are coming over from one of their channels. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!